Let's go, boys, come on! Let's go, boys, come on! Let's go!
Come on!
It truly has been a remarkable 2019 for the Old Gold, though they ended against the two toughest teams possible. First up, the reigning champions Man City, trying to close the gap to Wolves' opponents on Sunday in Liverpool, with boss Pep Guardiola looking for his 100th Premier League win. But Nuno's side went into this busy period in 6th and have lost just one of the last 13 here at Molineux. They also have an exceptional record against the traditional Big Six, including a win over City back in October. Do the same today, and it would be the first top-flight double over the men from Manchester since 1961.
Yeah, I think it'd be great, wouldn't it, if he could do the double over this team. Like I say, he's picked his strongest 11, I think. He can put out there what's going to hopefully try and cause an upset or a problem here. But look, so we've got more than enough that can cause them a problem. As I said earlier, we can cause them with our front line. If we can get the supply to them, if we can make sure that we defend as a team, as we have done on numerous occasions in this league, then there's no reason why we can't.
Well, Nuno has named an unchanged starting lineup. Rui Patricio in goal, Leander Dendoncker, Conor Cody, and Romain Saïd's the back three. Matt Doherty, Ruben Neves, João Moutinho, and Johnny, Adama Traore, Raul Jimenez, and Diogo Jota up top. On the Wolves bench, Ruddy, Vallejo, Bennett, Neto, Cutrone, Vinagre, and Kilman. City, they go with a strong lineup, couple of changes from their last outing. Edison's in goal, Kyle Walker, Fernandinho, Nicolas Otamendi and Benjamin Mendy make up the back four. Kevin De Bruyne, Rodri and Bernardo Silva in midfield three. Riyad Mahrez and Raheem Sterling in support of Sergio Aguero, who actually hasn't scored against Wolves in his last 4 opportunities. On their bench, Claudio Bravo, Ilkay Gundogan, Alex Zinchenko, Angelino, João Cancelo, Phil Foden and Eric Garcia. Wolves in gold shirts, black shorts and black socks against City in their sky blue shirts, white shorts and white socks. There's a whole host of mascots out there for tonight, almost as many as in the starting lineup in gold shirts.
There's a few,
down
isn't
there.
Sponsors, ball boys, ball girls, everything there.
There are plenty of Tomo-sized kits in the shop ready for them.
Bit long.
The two captains will go through the coin toss and handshakes, and now return to their pre-match huddle, for Wolves at least. There is not a spare seat in this famous old stadium. There's a little bit of fog that's just drifting over the top of the Billy Wright stand above us, swirling in between the floodlights on top of the Steve Ball on the far side. It's deepest, darkest midwinter. And here we go.
Oh, just listen to that atmosphere already.
Martin Atkinson, our referee. Let's give you a real taste of the atmosphere with our crowd effects microphone. As ever, we wait for the go-ahead from the television producers. City will get us started. Wolves kicking from right to left as we look at it first half. Defending the Sir Jack Hayward south bank. Attacking the Stan Cullis north bank. Steve Ball stand on the far side with City supporters in the bottom tier. And here's Riyad Mahrez early on. Bernardo Silva to Raheem Sterling, edge of the penalty area, into the box, trying to wriggle his way through. Matt Doherty comes away with the ball strongly though. Made up towards halfway, a little mistake there from Fernandinho. Wolves recycle it back with Conor Cody. We as ever sit at the front of the top tier of the Billy Wright stand, just to the side of the director's box. Steve Morgan's here tonight as well, by the way. Just look to my left-hand side, former owner.
Yeah, I saw him here earlier, so again, still supports the club, still comes and watches some of the games.
Everyone wants to be a part of it. on nights like this. Riyad Mahrez trying to run it early. Backwards to Kyle Walker, who's been out-muscled by Diogo Jota, and Jota wins the free kick.
Well, he tried to use his strength, didn't he? But Jota just pushed him aside.
Round one to Jota. Might get a second chance as Johnny plays it infield to Jimenez. Jimenez, good footwork. Jota with an early one, scooping it high towards Doherty. Now Neves couldn't quite thread it out to Traore, intercepted by Sterling, and City trying to break over the halfway line. Here comes Riyad Mahrez down the right-hand side, cutting infield on his left foot. Trying to switch it towards Sterling. Too high. Sterling stretched, didn't reach it, and it's out of play for a Wolves goal kick.
Yeah, so look, again, they're on the front foot, aren't they, Man City? But that little pass that Neves just tried to knock through there, that's the kind of ball that we've got to make sure it gets to the player. He's trying to pick out Traore.
Hello to Twisted Dawn as ever, listening from a sunny New Zealand. Come on, you Wolves. Pam James, Auntie P, and J5 and Steve Bull, full of festive overindulgence over on that side of the ground. Shout out to James, who's up and out at the minute. Let's have a cracker, says Pam James. Wolves will get a throw midway inside the Man City half on the Wolves' right. Matt Doherty will be the man to take it. 2.5 minutes played here at Molineux. There's a real lingering essence of fog, slowly creeping its way down to pitch level. Let's hope that doesn't have an impact. Donker with a high one forwards. Traore, who's a long way away from it, goes all the way through to Ederson.
Yeah, he just didn't get round it enough, did he? So look, you could see what he was trying to do, switch the play out to Traore, but a little bit too straight, running through to Ederson.
This is Rodri. That's the right side to Walker. Right bang in front of Nuno's technical area. So backwards it goes to Otamendi. Just to the right at the base of the centre circle. Low to his left-hand side to Fernandinho. 1-2 with Bernardo Silva. Now to Rodri, it goes backwards to Otamendi. Wolves were close to stealing it.
Well, this is
towards the feet of Sterling.
Well, this is what they did last time, wasn't it? And they give the ball to them, Man City give the ball to Wolves. Just got to put the right amount of pressure on them.
Walker saves there ahead of De Bruyne. Cleared over halfway. Otamendi brings it down and fires it straight out of play for a Wolves throw.
Nice. Bloody hell, I would have brought that down there, so I'll get pinging it at him.
He did have a lovely touch back in the day, did Pep?
He did, he was a very good player, wasn't he?
Jimenez trying to battle for it, couldn't come away with the ball. Bernardo Silva to Mendy, back to Fernandinho, inside the D of his own penalty area. Short pass to Bernardo Silva, allowed to turn.
He's playing more central, isn't he? Silva, talented player on the ball. Just got to be careful again with it, picking passes out.
High one towards Walker. Johnny wins in the air at the expense of a throw. When they were playing it around at the back there, City, they had Mendy and Walker pushed right up on top, and effectively a row of 6 up against the Wolves' back 5. I don't know if that's something specific they've worked on to counter what Wolves do.
Yeah. Look, I think they'll come just thinking, well, if we play a game, they'll cause them a problem. But again, so look, we've got more than enough threat.
Sterling clipping one forwards, then Donker's header away, Neves flicking it further on. Rodri just got there ahead of Jimenez. Ball's going to rebound to Otamendi in the centre circle, to his right-hand side to Walker, back to Otamendi. Little flick from De Bruyne, intercepted by Saïs, who played a very good early pass up to Jota. Back to Johnny midway inside his own half, 5 in from the touchline. Backwards it goes to Saïs.
Yeah, it was a good ball into him, wasn't it? He was on the half turn as well.
Cody with a big long ball trying to set Traore away. Fernandinho just got his head to it. Drops to Jimenez. Jimenez to Traore. Traore into the penalty area, trying to go past his man to the byline. Couldn't quite keep it in, and it goes behind for a goal kick.
See, I think that's a great ball, just that ball trying to hit over the top. because I think that that's one of their vulnerable points. Not got much pace down that central area of the defence. And again, tried to just hit Traore, and it's just about getting that second ball, what they did do with Jimenez.
Interesting though, wasn't it, that it was a much straighter ball than Wolves would normally play that.
Yeah, well, I've said before about try and mix it up a little bit. I know it's great, we want to watch them play, but if you've got somebody with the ability what he's got and the pace that he's got, a ball over the top's a great ball for me. It's not a big whack up front, it's a pass, a long-range pass.
Yeah. There's Kyle Walker, plays it off Johnny for Man City throw. 35 yards from the Wolves goal. Thrown into the centre of the Wolves half to Bernardo Silva. Takes it back into the centre circle. 1-2 with Rodri. Across the centre circle to Otamendi. Looking out to the City right to Mahrez. Up against Johnny. Mahrez trying to cut infield on his left foot. That hit Martinho, spins into the penalty area. And Cody had to come across and deal with it. Patricio initially looked like he wanted to come for it, but he wouldn't have got there.
No, so I think that's great defending there. You take charge of it. If you're not sure, as Conor Cody wasn't then, you take control of what the situation is and deal with it yourself. You can discuss that later on.
Sky did a lovely piece on Conor Cody today that I was reading on their app about the success that he has from his long-range accurate passing and the unique role that he has. Doherty has a pretty unique role. He's found Traore. Traore, was he caught there by Sterling? Referee says no. And away comes Benjamin Mendy.
Well, I thought he was just behind him. Sterling.
Mendy's continued his run here. And there's a clash of heads between him and Dendoncker. And there'll need to be treatment for both players.
I'll see that replay again, I'm sure we'll see it. But I think that Sterling is just behind Traore and he's just giving him a little nudge. Oh, the watch showing the head. Yeah, collision of heads.
Both players went for the ball.
Well, both of them are watching the ball as well.
Mendy got the ball, Dendoncker got Mendy's head. Both needing a bit of treatment.
I can't see any cut on Mendy's head. Don't know about Dendoncker.
Both managers pacing around their technical areas.
Well, Dendoncker's still down, isn't he, on his back?
8.5 minutes has absolutely flown by at the beginning of this game. It's been a real tempo to it. We're going to get a replay now of the Sterling challenge on Traore.
That's a foul for me. It's in his back. Not alongside him, he's behind him. And he's just nudged him, hasn't he?
He also stands on his foot as well.
Yeah, that's a foul.
Well, the assistant referee has got the best view of it of all down there. Surely he should be saying to his referee, that's a foul.
It is a foul. Well, we've just watched it. Well, we thought it was a foul to start with. Just watched the replay and it's exactly the same decision. Sterling's behind him and he's just given a little nudge, and as you just said there, he's just caught him on the ankle as well.
Lengthy bit of treatment here for both players. Mendy has actually stood up. Dendoncker,
well, he must have a cut or he's been cussed. Let's hope he's all right.
Doc Matt Perry at Wolves actually wrote the protocol for the Premier League on how to deal with concussions and testing. He's an immensely experienced doctor, both in general practice and in sporting terms.
Well, he's been here a long time. I think he was here when I was here. A very long time.
Oh, it's a long time ago. I didn't think he was that old.
Oh, that's good.
I didn't know he got his medical degree as a young teenager.
He's in pencil as well. Martinho's coming over to Nuno.
Well, Dendoncker is now on his feet.
But he's still worried about him by the look of it. I know it's great that he's on his feet. But he's not. He's moving a little bit gingerly though, isn't he?
Well, centre-half is the position that Wolves do have more than adequate cover.
Yeah. Well, let's hope he's all right.
Dendoncker appears to be okay. Both players have gone to the side of the pitch. And we're back underway with Conor Coady as Dendoncker re-enters, and Coady with a lovely ball through the middle. Jota, it's past Ederson. Ederson brought him down outside the area. It's a massive decision. Martin Atkinson is reaching for his pocket. Ederson's gone. He's sent off after just 11 minutes of the game. Would you believe this?
Well, he's cleaned through. Great ball from Conor Coady. Jota running from deep, but I think he's in trouble as well. Jota, he's caught by Ederson. He's passed him, he's flicked the ball over him, and the keeper's took him out. Yeah, there's no doubt about it for me. Great run from Jota. Great spot from Conor Coady.
Kyle Walker played him onside. He lifted it over the keeper and was brought down.
Yeah, it was over him.
Oh, there's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
They, of course, will check on VAR. Ederson hasn't walked yet, but I cannot imagine that they would not.
He's carried on running straight into him.
Decision, yeah.
He's carried on. I know he's not kicked him or anything, but he's just run straight into him.
What a moment in the game. So early in the game.
Well, the thing is as well now, they've got to take off the player as well. It looks like they're going to bring on a keeper.
And this free kick is absolutely in Moutinho or Neves' range.
He's refusing to go, Ederson.
Ederson has been told to leave the field.
Well, they're going to have to sacrifice somebody now, though, aren't they?
Well, they are preparing Claudio Bravo. Who do they sacrifice?
Well, you would think that they're going to sacrifice a front man or of that kind.
Honestly, the noise levels inside this arena are absolutely incredible right now.
Well, it was a great ball and great run, wasn't it? You could just see that Jota just timed it to perfection. Gone straight through the middle. They was expecting the ball to go out wide to Johnny. And then Conor Coady sees the spot, puts it straight over the top.
And it is Sergio Aguero. Manchester City look set to be sacrificing their main striker.
Well, he ain't going to score again against Wolves, is he?
Just listen to this. Moutinho has his hands on the ball, but the crowd are calling for Neves. Jota had to go off the pitch because he was getting treatment.
All right, Moutinho, if he takes it now, he might score.
Claudio Bravo finally is ready to come on. And he will make his way into that goal in front of the North Bank, which is on its feet, as pretty much everybody is around this stadium.
Oh, I just think it's a great opportunity now.
Moutinho is pacing this back like Johnny Wilkinson used to for conversions in rugby. Neves is stood there as well. Jimenez and Saiz are on the edge of the wall, on the edge of the penalty area. Just to the right of it as you look towards goal. Kyle Walker is now a couple of yards in front of where he should be. Martin Atkinson sending him back. He blows his whistle. João Moutinho over the wall, curls it straight into the arms of the goalkeeper.
Yeah,
somewhat of an anti-climax.
It was, yeah, quite an easy one for Bravo, wasn't it? But yeah, so it's interesting now. I don't think they'll change. They've just gone with Sterling straight down the middle. We've got Mahrez and Bernard Silva out on that left-hand side. Just got to use that man, that extra man.
Miscontrol by Benjamin Mendy gets Wolves a throw just over the halfway line. Momentum is often a crucial thing in football.
Yeah, it's nothing silly now though as well. Just keep playing the game, keep it going. We started the game pretty bright. Just keep playing.
Saiz infield to Coady. Trying that long ball again, this time for Johnny to chase. Kyle Walker wants to nod it back to his keeper, and he just about got there first.
Yeah, it just bounced up nice for Walker, didn't it? So he just bounced up nice for him just to be able to ease it back with his head to the keeper.
Otamendi. We have played 16 frantic and exciting minutes at Molineux. Wolves 0, Manchester City 0, but City already down to 10 men with their goalkeeper sent off. Sterling knocking it past Cody, and now to play for a goal kick.
Yeah, so that's what it is now. Just let the ball do the work. And you can see Nuno there is telling them to spread, get the ball, keep playing. For me here now, I'll just give it to one of the lads at the back. They can't afford to press up as high as they normally do.
Cody to his right hand side to Dendoncker. To the midway point of the Wolves half, infield to Moutinho, back to Cody in the D on the edge of his own area, to his left hand side to Saiss. Now Jean Moutinho. Neves. Backwards for Dendoncker to race to keep it in on the right hand touchline. Back to Cody, pretty much on the penalty spot. Will turn and lift it out to the right hand side to Doherty. Lovely ball. Backwards it goes to Dendoncker. Wolves are suddenly going to find that they're going to have an awful lot of possession now.
Yeah, they've just got to be careful they don't put it at risk though. I think the tempo of the play is important now as well. Keep it moving.
Up until the sending off, they'd only had 38%. That's going to rock it up. Neves with a crossfield ball. Johnny keeps it in on the halfway line. Infield to Moutinho. Couple of yards to the left of the centre circle. Scoops across to Dendoncker. Dendoncker driving over halfway. Doherty came short. Goes infield to Neves. Neves trying to thread a lovely ball to the feet of Traore. Traore up against Mendy. Trying to get his cross in. The ball bounced back off him and behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, unlucky, but well worked. Again, good spot from Neves. Picking out Traore just between Silva and the centre half. Now, if I was Wolves now, I'd just press them up. Don't let them play out as they are doing. Don't allow them to play. Now this is an opportunity now. If they do it right, they can trap them.
Here's Bravo. He was under real pressure from Raul Jimenez. Managed to get it clear. Walker flicked it on. Ball bounced off Bernardo Silva to Johnny though. Midway inside the City half. Back infield to Jean Moutinho. We'll switch it across towards Neves. Brought that down superbly. Found Doherty. Doherty out to the touchline to Traore, level with the edge of the penalty area. Up against Mendy, trying to go past him towards the byline. Cross to a deflection this time, and will be a Wolves corner.
It is, yeah. And I think that probably Wolves got a slight height advantage as well with the delivery. And again, Moutinho wasn't great at the weekend, but again, it's like he's usually on the mark, isn't he, with his delivery.
Make it a good one. That's what Wolves need now. Can they get a strong delivery in here? Jean Moutinho, right-footed from the right-hand side. Johnny, Dendoncker, Jimenez all making runs. It was towards Jimenez who got a flick on. Doherty trying to keep it alive. Taken by Claudio Bravo at the near post.
Yeah, it was unlucky. It was a good flick on. But unfortunately, it just went straight into the keeper's hands.
Rodri out to the right-hand side to Kyle Walker. Walker up against Johnny, trying to cut back in field. Rodri switched across to Mendy, midway inside the Wolves half. Jimenez chasing, goes wide to Bernardo Silva. Mendy infield for Fernandinho. Kyle Walker just out of the centre circle. Rodri.
This is where you just got to be disciplined now. Don't let runners go, because that's the only problem with playing with 10 men, that you allow them to get the runners.
Sterling. Bernardo Silva back wide to Sterling, left hand side, love with the edge of the penalty area, cutting infield on his right foot. Intercepted by Neves. Rodri back out wide for Riyad Mahrez. Traore with him. Mahrez still going. Oh, Mahrez took a right old tumble, and City have got 4 players swarming round Martin Atkinson, saying that there should be a penalty.
Well, they've got to VAR, won't it?
Mahrez is hobbling.
Well, surely should that be simulation? He should be getting booked.
On the outside of Dendoncker.
No.
Well, he stands, he does clip him on his foot, but the way Mahrez goes down.
No.
I mean, it's such an exaggerated dive after the fact. They are checking this.
Well, if they give this, I'll say I don't think it is, looking at that.
Well, this could be controversial, you know, because there is contact, but is the contact what sends Mahrez to the ground?
He stood on his foot, hasn't he?
All eyes on Martin Atkinson here. Replays will show that he does stand on his foot. He then takes another step and flicks his legs back behind him, flicks his head back and falls to the floor, Riyad Mahrez.
Oh, I hate this when it goes too long, because you're thinking the longer it goes.
He's put his hand to his ear, Martin Atkinson. Conor Coady and Riyad Mahrez stood close to him. Still discussions are being had. I think they're going to give a penalty.
I think so
by the look
well.
of Conor Cody's face.
I think they're going to give a penalty here.
Martin Atkinson still is talking to someone.
Well, if they're checking it for this long, you always think the worst.
This surely is a case where the referee needs to come over and look at the screen.
Yeah, exactly. The screen's here, and I think that was one of the talking points about that they need to start checking the screens.
Still, we wait for the decision to be made.
Oh, I fear the worst.
Whistle being blown, or about to be blown.
Give penalty.
Penalty.
Never.
Goodness me.
Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. The amount of time that it's took, I don't think that's a penalty for me.
Well, that's controversial. There was contact, but whether it's the contact that sends him down or whether Riyad Mahrez throws himself to the floor, penalty given, and Raheem Sterling will step up against Rui Patricio, who saved from Paul Pogba. He's saved one penalty against the Manchester team this season. Can he do it again? The South Bank behind the goal waves it away. Sterling strikes. He does save it. Rui Patricio saves. Rui Patricio is Wolves' hero again.
Well, I think that's the right one. Right thing, right outcome.
Some will say justice has been done.
Yeah.
Rui Patricio comes to Wolves' rescue.
Is he checking the penalty now to see if he's off his line? He's checking now to see if he's gone off his line now. It's farcical now.
Oh no.
He's going to retake it. He's going to retake it.
The roof is going to come off this stadium for all the wrong reasons. Man City have a corner. Oh, it's another penalty. Encroachment. Sterling's going to get another go.
I'll tell you what, if that was the other end, would it have happened up the other end? I don't think so. I think... yeah.
Well, this is remarkable.
I think encroachment. I think he's giving Patricio coming up his line. I think he's still got his 1 foot on the line when he comes off.
Sterling against Patricio again. Can Patricio do it again? Will Sterling go the same way again? It's a game of bluff. Sterling to step up right-footed. And Patricio saves, but Sterling taps home the rebound. Well, Manchester City eventually get themselves in front. Rui Patricio effectively saving 2 penalties in a row. But there's a real sense of injustice around Molineux as it's Wolves 0, Manchester City 1.
I think it's ridiculous. I can't believe. Well, the penalty given, because I don't think it was. I think he stood on his foot, but I think he's made a meal of it. Mahrez.
Well, VAR's just come up on the screen again.
Is there another check?
It's an awful penalty by Sterling. Martin Atkinson is coming over to speak to his 4th official here.
Is he holding something in his hand?
Something was thrown from the South Bank. They've just put a freeze frame in a replay. Oh no, this place is going to go crazy. We've just seen the replay on the screen of the Mahrez incident for the penalty. Game on.
He was up the other, as I mentioned, if he was up the other end, would it have been given?
Well, football sometimes is its own worst enemy.
Again, subjective again, the decision.
The
Penalty for you?
There is contact.
Yeah, but
I don't think it's the contact that sends him to the floor.
No.
And that's the issue. And my worry would be the length of time they looked at that with a slow-mo and they still made that decision.
Well, I always think that the longer it takes, you know it's going to go against you.
Because the slow-mo makes it more obvious. Jota at the other end, by the way, challenging with Walker. Down for Johnny. Moutinho. On halfway, wide for Johnny. First time down the line looking for Jota, off Walker and out of play. I say, on a real slowed down replay, I don't know how you can look at that and say that Riyad Mahrez hasn't thrown himself to the floor, because that is not a natural way to fall if you've been challenged like that.
Well, how long did it took? 3-4 minutes? I just think that it's things like that are subjective. I think, why hasn't he come down and looked at the screen himself? That's my point as well with it. He should be looking at the screen.
And the question will be asked, there was arguably the same amount of encroachment on the second penalty, so why is that allowed to go? Why is that not retaken?
Well, I've said to you before, the problem that I've got with it is inconsistency, and it's still subjective over decisions like that. He's got somebody else telling him in his ear that it's a penalty. Why hasn't he looked himself? Why hasn't he come down? The screen's just down here. Come and have a look at it.
I'm sure they will say that it was because a Wolves player cleared the ball. We've not seen the replay that says that the Wolves player who cleared it was definitely encroaching on the penalty kick. We have to take their word for it, because we don't see all the replays that VAR gets. But it has created such a talking point.
Again,
of a game that didn't need it.
No, it didn't. We're talking about VAR rather than the game again.
Mendy. And after all of that, with City down to 10 men, Wolves are a goal down. Mendy over the halfway line to Sterling. Foot in by Dendoncker. Ball comes back to Rodri. Swept up to the right-hand side to Walker. Midway inside the Wolves half. Johnny forcing him backwards. Jota trying to get a foot in. Johnny got something on it. Couldn't quite get enough on it. Rodri sends it back to Fernandinho.
Just got to keep their heads now. I know they feel like things have gone against them, but I just think that they've got to be careful now.
Long ball here for Sterling. Sterling striking first time, high into the crowd.
I didn't like it when he ran up to the crowd as well, after he scored the second one. Just watching it again. Well, their players in the box on the replay. Silva, when he struck the ball.
There is a warning being made to the crowd of throwing foreign objects.
They don't need to be silly, do they? Don't need to be throwing things.
Here comes Doherty. Infield to Jimenez. Holds off De Bruyne. Finds Moutinho. Back to Cody. A couple of yards short of the centre circle. Sweat first time over halfway to Johnny. Back infield to Saiz. To Neves. Just the left of the centre circle. Low across it to Dendoncker. We've played nearly half an hour. Oh, what a half an hour. Here's Traor on the right-hand side. Just a first lull of the game. As Wolves get themselves a throw.
Yeah, it has gone quick, hasn't it? Was it half an hour gone?
Here's Moutinho. Trying to switch one towards Jota. It'll be an awkward bounce for Kyle Walker, who heads it back to his goalkeeper.
Yeah, showing his experience there, wasn't he, Walker? We've just got to keep the heads now. They've got the extra man. Plenty of time.
Header away by Doherty from a long ball. Traore has lost out here to Bernardo Silva. Infield to De Bruyne. Midway inside the Wolves half. And the thready pass to Bernardo Silva. Dendoncker trying to steal it, he's done so. Neves managed to find Traore. Traore has done well actually to work that to Jimenez over the halfway line. Jimenez twisting and turning against Fernandinho.
Yeah, keep playing, keep your heads. I'm sure that'll be the instructions coming from the management and Conor Cody. Just keep playing.
Spare a thought for Rui Patricio, by the way.
Oh, two great saves, wasn't it?
Well, technically, he's saved 3 of the last 5 that he's faced in a Wolves shirt.
Yeah, the second one wasn't a great penalty from Sterling, but the first one was a great save, wasn't it? Down to his right-hand side.
Here's Johnny, midway inside the City half to Jota, backwards to Saiz. Now for João Moutinho. To Ruben Neves, turning out towards the Wolves' right, feeds it to the feet of Adama Traore, looking to run at Bernardo Silva, a couple of step-overs to the corner of the area, locking it past him on the outside to the byline, whips his cross in, taken by Claudio Bravo at the near post.
Yeah, I just think that we need to be careful now that we don't start trying to force things, just keep playing our normal game. Keep getting the ball to Traore.
Oh, excellent tackle by Dendoncker against Mendy. Doherty back to Cody.
Yeah, he did really well there, didn't he?
Oh, Saiz just overhit the pass to Jota out wide.
It's little things like that. I think you just got to be careful that you don't replicate it. The pass has just missed the player or we miscontrol it. It's been a good game. So it's been a good game. Okay, they send it off as out Wolves. Still not happy about the penalty, but just got to get on with it.
Bravo under pressure from Raul Jimenez, and he's ended up playing it out a throw. Now play for a throw on the far side from us.
There you go.
City continuing to play it around at the back.
There's an example. If you press them high enough up there, they'll give you chances.
Jimenez taking a tumble from a challenge of Fernandinho, and it will be giving us a goal kick.
Well, let's see the replay on that one as well, because that fell over there on Traor, didn't we, from Sterling. I think that's in his back as well. Little nudge.
Well, Man City with a goal kick with 2 players on the edge of the 6-yard box. Walker. Backwards it goes to Otamendi under pressure from Jota. Cleared high to halfway. Dendoncker won it. Otamendi looked to be climbing over the top of Jota. Martin Atkinson said no. Here's Johnny. Jota taking it on. Down the left-hand side, Walker trying to get a foot in. Jota plays it off him for a throw.
Sometimes you just got to bite your lip and you with these. So you think they're impartial referees, but I think they do favour the big boys, don't they? For me, little decisions like that again.
Here's Neves, big high ball out towards Traore. Had to climb and challenge with Mendy. Bernardo Silva picked up on the loose ball. And it comes backwards to Bernardo Silva inside his own half. Bravo across to Fernandinho, and City will try and use their possession now.
Yeah, but I think that you've got to press as a team.
Mahrez, De Bruyne, through the legs of Ruben Neves to find Bernardo Silva, backwards to Rodri, left for De Bruyne. Exchanging passes, those two. De Bruyne has it again. Another 1-2 with Rodri. Back into his own half to Otamendi. Just to the right of the centre circle. A short pass to Rodri, to De Bruyne. Saiz clattered into him. Free kick on the edge of the centre circle.
Yeah, just tried to get his toe to it, didn't he? From De Bruyne's touch.
We have played 35.5 minutes. Here comes Benjamin Mendy, flicking on towards Sterling. Offside flag is up. Conor Cody got there anyway. Jota over the halfway line for Wolves. Back into his own half to Saiz. Now for Jean-Martinho. Left of the centre circle. Low across it for Dendoncker. Doherty. Wolves need to try and find a way through at the minute.
Well, they've got to try and get the front three involved, haven't they?
Look how deep City are at the minute. Right back in their own half.
Well, Wolves have got pace, haven't they? They can't afford to allow teams to get behind them now.
So he's down the line for Johnny. Flag has stayed down. Cross came Otamendi. Jota keeps it in. Johnny's now gone down on the side of the penalty area. He's got his hands to his face, but I don't think it's a head injury.
I didn't see what happened to him. He's holding the back of his neck. Didn't see it.
We're going to get a replay in a second.
I didn't see much in that.
Just got a bit of an elbow, kind of at the nape of the neck and shoulder. Didn't seem a huge amount in it.
No.
So Wolves 0, Manchester City 1 in controversial circumstances here at Molineux. City are down to 10 men as well. I would say you can let me know what you think on Twitter, but I'm not sure I'd be able to read them out. You can say a big hello to Gary Smith, listening in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Christina in Wisconsin says, hope everybody had a great holiday. Hoping for an after-Christmas present from the Wolves today. Christopher Straub, let's go Wolves. Drop ball on halfway that Dendoncker will play backwards to Cody.
Well, he was telling Sterling to get back, and he still carried on walking towards him.
Yeah, there are no contested, I should say.
Yeah. Well, he was telling to get away from the ball.
Dendoncker into Martinho in the centre circle. 38.5 minutes played. Low out to Johnny. Saiz taking it on to Neves, closed down quickly by Rodri. Exchanges passes with Dendoncker. Saiz wide to left-hand side to Jimenez, who pulled out, trying to dink it through the middle towards Jota. We've got a touch to it. Back came Rodri, scooped it away. It's going to go for a throw down by the corner flag.
Jota's made some great runs down that central position. He's been picked out a couple of times. The sending off come from it as well.
Jimenez couldn't get away from Rodri. Mahrez infield to De Bruyne. Such clever footwork, but Neves wins it back on halfway. Saiz early up to Jimenez. Holds off Fernandinho. To Doherty. Back to Neves just to the right of the centre circle. Low across it for Saiz. To Martinho on the left-hand side.
Yeah, they're sitting deep, aren't they? Look at them, they've got basically just one line, haven't they?
A line of 5 and then 3 trying to protect as Jota goes running direct at them. That may be the Wolf way through. Cross took a little deflection. De Bruyne trying to bring it away. Though Johnny and Martinho snapping for it. Martinho won it back. Cleared away by Walker. Saiz with a foot in. Here's Neves. Crowder getting up again. Doherty to take it on. Traore is out wide. Doherty driving towards the corner of the box, trying to get his cross in. Otamendi's clearance went just high into the air. There was a hand in there, was there? Jota trying to take it on in the box. He's got support from Johnny. Johnny trying to curl one, headed away by Otamendi. Saiz to Martinho. 30 yards from goal, just to the left of centre. Out down the left-hand side for Johnny. Lovely ball. Johnny has time to set himself to the byline. Stands his cross up high. Traore arrives, hit back of a number of bodies. Still got it in the penalty area though, Traore. He needs some support. We'll play it backwards to Neves, who's popped up out wide. Infield to Dendoncker. All the game being played inside the City half now. Wolves recycle it to Martinho on the left. Down the line towards Johnny. Has to take it to the byline. trying to drive back infield, foot in there by Mahrez. It'll come backwards to Moutinho. Wide again to Saïd, sets himself. One touch, now to cross. Delicious one. Jimenez couldn't quite get on the end of it. And it's saved by Mendy from going behind for a corner. High in the air, Neves trying to bring it down under pressure from Sterling. Poking it to his left-hand side to Saïd. It's all Wolves at the minute. Neves, high one out towards Traore. Bernardo Silva jumping into him. Traore still has it. Now trying to go past him on the outside, driving to the byline, hangs his cross up. Jota trying to get there. Jimenez couldn't quite get there either, and it's cleared to the edge of the box, and Mahrez hoofs it away.
Yeah, it's great pressure, isn't it? It's just one wave after another. Just got to keep going, keep being patient. Because they've got everybody back chasing the ball. Just keep playing.
Here's Doherty. Falls to Jimenez, tried to flick it on the edge of the box, didn't get it right. De Bruyne will try and clear, up towards Sterling. Rodri out to the left-hand side. Bernardo Silva down the line for Benjamin Mendy. City have numbers pouring forwards all of a sudden. Dendoncker is there with Mendy, forcing him out wide and forcing him to run it out of play for a throw.
Yeah, well defended. That's what you've got to be careful of, though. It's off Jimenez's hand. Watching the replay. Yeah.
We have 2.5 minutes at least to be played. We would suggest there will be a lot more than that of added time. We've had the clash of heads, we've had the penalty decisions, had the sending off. Johnny's cross here, taken by Claudio Bravo on the edge of the 6-yard box. I think that's 7 we're going to get.
Yeah, 7 minutes I think he's just indicated, isn't he?
Andre Mariner, the 4th official. In a strange way, you don't want it to end.
No.
You want it to stop.
No, so like you're hoping that Wolves can get that equaliser.
Saïd heading it above Sterling. Otamendi back into the Wolves half. De Bruyne's ball just went high in the air. That was a handball by Mahrez.
I think he's jumped into him as well there.
And Moutinho played it off De Bruyne, who was blocking the attempted kick. It's feisty, isn't it?
It is. Well, I think that the amount of time that we've waited for the penalty and the penalty given itself has made it a little bit feisty, hasn't it?
Here's João Moutinho to the left of the centre circle, driving into the City half, lifting it towards Jimenez. Jimenez trying to curl one here. Oh, that was not a bad effort. Just palmed down by Claudio Bravo, who just for a minute looked like he was stumbling backwards. Managed to make a comfortable save in the end.
Yeah, it just needs to be a little bit wider, didn't it? Yeah, he didn't deal with it best though, did he? So he kind of dropped it a little bit.
44 minutes has been played. Wolves 0, Manchester City 1. Wolves having 60% of the possession at the minute. But De Bruyne is threatening again. Hits Saïd, who tidies things up. Infield to Neves, across to Dendoncker. Into the feet of Traore. Base of the centre circle, looking to run to the Wolves left. To Moutinho. Traore's gone roaming as it goes wide to Johnny. Jimenez down the line. So you've got Jimenez playing left, Traore through the middle, and Jota right at the minute. And Traore's just swept a lovely ball out to Doherty. Doherty pulling it back to Neves. One touch, now crossing. Jimenez at the far post, brings it down. Can he pick someone out in the box? His cross is blocked by Walker. Pulls it back to Moutinho. Moutinho backwards to Neves. Confirmation of 7 minutes being added on. Jimenez to Johnny, low crossing, turned away by Rodri. Jimenez putting pressure on Mahrez, who just has to concede a throw 10 yards from the left-hand corner flag.
Yeah, got to keep going, keep chipping away at them, keep playing the ball.
Johnny back to Saïd, infield to Neves. Might open out for a dig here, and he does have a go. It bounces and comfortably taken by Claudio Bravo.
Yeah, he's a bit far out, wasn't it? But it sounded like he never really caught it, all of it as well. Pretty comfortable for Bravo. But it is good pressure, it's good play from them.
Kick out by Bravo wasn't a good one. Neves got something on it, but it went straight to Rodri. Now Otamendi to his right-hand side to Walker. Jota putting pressure on. Walker's long ball will be comfortably allowed to bounce by Cody.
But that's coming from the pressure that the forward lads are putting on them.
Ria can't believe the 7 minutes added on. She says she needs a wee. There's Traore bouncing off a couple of challenges. Finding Neves. Out to the right-hand side to Doherty. First time attempted flick blocked off by Mendy. Doherty will flick it on down the line. Jimenez gave chase. There's a handball in there by Bernardo Silva, and Wolves get a free kick. Bernardo Silva is reacting in complete stunned shock when it clearly hits his arm.
Yeah.
He's reacting like a guy who's just been told they're taking away his Christmas present.
Santa isn't real. Is that what you're going to say, yeah?
How dare you? He is real and he's a Wolves fan.
Exactly.
I know, because you wouldn't work for him otherwise.
I'm always working with you.
Too late, Tomo.
Too late. Oh, listen to him.
Moutinho with the free kick, right-footed from the right-hand side, whipping into the danger zone, coming all the way through to Jota on the edge of the box. Right-footed here, Jota curling it towards Saiz, who stretched but couldn't quite reach it, and behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, I thought that was a good ball in from Jota. It's just unfortunate, it was just away from everybody, wasn't it? Just watching the replay again. Saiz, Jimenez was offside, so he can go for it.
We have played less than 3 minutes of the 7 being added on.
It'd be nice if we could just get a goal to go in half time. He's taking his time. Bravo.
Big kick from him. Moutinho getting the better of De Bruyne. Swept lovely for Doherty. Over the halfway line. There's space for Doherty to drive on here. Trying to check infield. Found Traore. Flick towards Neves. Wonderful first time scoop out to the left towards Johnny. He's got support from Jota. Playing it back to him. Jota infield to Neves. Neves trying to thread it through the eye of a needle to Jota and just cut out by Riyad Mahrez. Sterling backwards to Otamendi, all the way back to his keeper. Didn't want to take a touch this time, just launched it downfield. Cody with a header down for Saiz. Sterling at his back. Sterling fouling, free kick Wolves.
Yeah, just keep putting pressure on them. They're just going to give us the ball back.
Here comes Neves, just to the right of the centre circle. Into the feet of Traore. Allowed to turn and spin in field and drive on. Jimenez back again to Traore, who's too quick, got in front of his man. Couldn't quite get enough power and connection on the shot. Comfortably taken by Claudio Bravo, but that's a new one for Wolves. That's a threat from Traore, spinning and running through the middle.
Well, Salok, he just couldn't get enough on it. He's kind of got the outside of the ball and swung himself around.
Good header by Saiz, finding Neves to Jota. Holding off De Bruyne. On the charge here, Jota. Tried to run through the middle and Otamendi got a foot to it. Had options either side. Then Donker across in front of Sterling, wins it back. Here comes Johnny over the halfway line. Still Wolves are pressing at the end of the half. Johnny, he wanted to play it to Traore and the route was cut off. City win it back. 2 minutes still to play of the 7 being added on.
Brilliant play from Moutinho. Fernandinho kicked the ball upfield again.
Wave after wave of golden attack is forcing the champions back.
You'd think sooner or later they're going to have to crumble. Keep doing it.
Jimenez trying to stand it up out towards the right. Bernardo Silva's header back is an awkward one for Mendy. Had to put his foot through it. It'll be a comfortable collection by Ruben Neves. Good nonetheless. Found Doherty. Driving in field, 25 yards from goal. Showed too much of that to Rodri. It was too strong for him, and Sterling trying to bring it away. Moutinho and Neves combining, but referee says they did so unfairly. Free kick Manchester City.
Yeah, just got to keep playing the way they are. Keep probing. Yeah, so it fell by Moutinho, wasn't it?
And this is the champions of England, Manchester City, taking their time to see it through to half-time. We have 1 more minute to be played here, at least. Wolves 0, City 1. City down to 10. As early as the 11th minute of the game. And a long kick goes all the way through for a goal kick.
Yeah, and that's been the kind of trend, hasn't it, from the second half after the sending off, the first half, sorry, after the sending off. They've just made sure that they've just, as you mentioned there, wave after wave of attack, been probing, just hasn't come off at the minute.
Neves with a big high diagonal out towards Jota, just a bit too high for him and Walker. Who did it come off? Coming off
yeah, I don't think any of them touched it.
It'll be a City throw. Jota, I think, was trying to suggest to Martin Atkinson that Walker got something on it. Kyle Walker decided not to collect the ball that was thrown towards him by Johnny. And now Mahrez collects the ball from Jota and then just drops it on the floor. And we've played 7 minutes.
Will go in a minute, I think, any second.
Sterling's header infield, Bernardo Silva onto Sterling, across Ken Cody, foot in, out of play for a City throw, and that is half-time. And the boos are not for the performance of Wolves in this first half. It has been one of the most controversial first 45 minutes we've seen in a long time. Wolves fans are not a fan of VAR from the very first game of the season, when it denied Leander Den Donker what would have been a win at Leicester. Rarely have things gone for us in that terms. It looked like things were changing when Ederson was sent off, and VAR confirmed it early on in this game. Sergio Aguero had to be subbed, but City went down the other end. Riyad Mahrez felt contact from Leander Den Donker. There's no doubt about it, there was contact there. The question mark is whether it's enough to make Mahrez go down in the manner in which he did. VAR took a long time to look at it. They made the decision to give the penalty. Rui Patricio saved it, diving low to his right-hand side. It was put behind for a corner. VAR then came into play again and decided there was encroachment and a penalty should be taken again. Raheem Sterling stepped up, despite the fact Pep Guardiola didn't want him to. It was an even worse penalty. Patricio saved it, but this time he could only palm it back into the oncoming Sterling, who tapped it home, and the goal was given.
Yeah, but
have I missed anything?
Well, you missed the encroachment from the Man City player when Sterling put it in. So if he's going for the one, surely they've got to be doing that as well.
Well, the rule, they will say, is that he's not active because they don't touch the ball. So we've not seen the replay that says that whoever put it behind for the corner the first time had encroached. It is such a frustrating rule, frustrating element of the game now. It's not going to go away, VAR, but clearly there will be lots inside this stadium who wish it would. We're going to take a break, try and regain our composure, our breath, and everything else around it. Sterling a bit late to rejoin the action. Here we go then, second 45 minutes. Wolves need a way back into the game. Wolves 0, Man City 1. Not an expectant Molineux this evening against 10-man Manchester City. Though even with a man less, they are still the champions and they still have threats within their side, as Wolves learnt to their cost in that first period.
For me, I think they've just got to carry on doing what they did in that first half. Just keep playing, keep moving the ball, make Man City chase the ball, put pressure on them when they've got it. Because in the end, in that first half, they just kept giving them the ball back because of the immense pressure that they were putting on them.
So Wolves with Patricio in goal, Den Donker, Cody, Saiz, Doherty, Neves, Moutinho and Johnny, Traore, Jimenez and Jota playing from left to right as we look at it. Second half attacking the Sir Jack Hayward South Bank. Looks like Eric Garcia is going to go in and play as one of the back five now. Here's Doherty in the meantime. Infield to Moutinho. Lifted high out towards Traore. Traore up against Mendy. Trying to skip infield. Bernardo Silva tried to bring him down. Traore still running with it. Ran into Kevin De Bruyne. Whose pass to Sterling was too heavy. Wolves throw. So yeah, Garcia will now go in and play as a sweeper in between Fernandinho and Otamendi. Walker and Mendy are the fullbacks. Jota up to Jimenez. Jota's continues run. Jimenez to find him. Oh, he lifts it over the top of the crossbar. It was a beautiful sweeping move from Wolves. Jota into Jimenez, who waited for Jota to run around him and then lifted it over the Man City defence. And Jota had to stretch out a left foot and couldn't keep it down.
Oh, it was a great bit of play, wasn't it, from Jota and Jimenez. He just got his toe to it and just ended up lifting it over the crossbar. He could have done with miss-hitting it. I think he's hit it too sweet with his toe. Yeah, I think if he miss-hits it, he's scoring.
Just off the top of the foot rather than the full-on toe that might have sent it past Claudio Bravo. In goal because of the sending off of Edison in the first half. Up top, Raheem Sterling, supported by Bernardo Silva and Kevin De Bruyne. Rodri is the holder in midfield. Kyle Walker's taking his time over a throw again. We are 2.5 minutes into the second half. Wolves 0, Manchester City 1. Long throw down the line. Saïs with the header. Moutinho infield to Cody inside his own penalty area, I should say. Lovely diagonal ball for Traore, who just slipped as he lifted it over the head of Fernandinho.
Yeah, that was a shame, wasn't it? So look, I just thought he could have just got hold of it. He was one-on-one against him.
There's De Bruyne on the right-hand touchline, getting away from Moutinho, looking to drive infield, finding support from Rodri. On to Bernardo Silva, who's just ahead of the centre circle. Backwards it goes to Otamendi. Wide out to the right-hand side to Sterling. Jota trying to pick his pocket. Did well initially, but couldn't quite take the ball with him. And Sterling driving forwards. Good foot in by Cody to deny De Bruyne. And then Dendoncker will head it away from the edge of the box. City enjoying a little bit more possession and territory. Start the second half, certainly from when they finished the first. Well,
I think that's what they've got to do. They've got to try and not allow City to have possession of the ball or comfortable possession and force them into giving them the ball back as they have done there.
Cody for Saïs. 4 minutes has gone at the start of the second half. Dendoncker wide for Doherty. Trying to knock it in behind for Traore. Just too high for him this time. Fernandinho comes across. There's as far as Bernardo Silva, back infield to Garcia.
But that's what they've got to do. They've got to have runners from deep, because they're just keeping the 5 at the back.
Oh, now then, De Bruyne has released Sterling. Sterling's in behind, up against Patricio, lifts it over, and Manchester City have a second. As quick as you like, the champions carve Wolves open and double their advantage at Molineux tonight, despite having a man less.
Well, that's what they can't afford to do. Again, we've got 3 at the back, nobody picking him up, just one ball. And you know he's got quality, and he's shown it again with his run and his finish. Look, still loads of time left, but that's what you can't afford to do. We've allowed Man City a little bit too much time on the ball, no pressure on the ball, so you've got to drop.
He's onside. VAR is not going to come to Wolves' rescue.
No.
Delightful little dink finish from Raheem Sterling. And Wolves have an awful lot to do now.
Saying you can't switch off, can you? Can't switch off for a second against a team like this, even with 10 men.
It's the quality of De Bruyne as well. Wonderful pass. And speed of Sterling was what undid Wolves. Here's Neves at the other end to Jota in the box, trying to cross, blocked off by Garcia. Straight to Johnny though. Johnny took a tumble. Martin Atkinson wags his finger and says no. De Bruyne brings it away.
Surprise, surprise.
Intercepted by Neves. Lovely first time ball to Jota. Driving on towards the edge of the box. Jota pulling it back to Moutinho. Moutinho to his right hand side to Neves. Neves thought about lining up a shot, turns back in field, tries to lift it out. Jota then goes down. Again, the referee waves away the protest and says it was just a coming together.
Well, it'll be interesting to see whether or not he's actually stood on his foot, because if he's given the first one, I thought he stood on him.
Oh, now then, Walker kicks his leg out at him.
Yeah, I think he's caught him. How much do you want to bet that they'll give it?
Kyle Walker on Diogo Jota as the ball was lifted into the box. We're going to go back for the Johnny one as well.
No, I don't think the Johnny one was, but I think the second one was similar to what they got the penalty for. No, told you.
No, neither of them given. Wolves' fractious relationship with VAR goes on. Moutinho to Traore. Now here's Moutinho on. Jota couldn't quite get there. Walker trying to drive it. Johnny got a foot to it. Jimenez to the edge of the box, curling it just wide. Flash of an effort. Wolves are screaming that they should at least have a corner here. Tempers are flaring.
Yeah, we've just got to be careful here that we don't allow it to get the better of us.
Johnny did brilliantly to win it back.
Yeah,
it's a definite deflection on that.
Off his toe.
Chance of you don't know what you're doing, ring round. We've just shown it on the big screen as well, which is not entirely helpful from Martin Atkinson's point of view, but he continues on with the goal kick nonetheless. Saiz forwards. Garcia playing it out of play for a Wolves throw. A couple of yards over the halfway line. Johnny for Jimenez from the throw. Couldn't quite hold on to it. Ball goes infield to Bernardo Silva. Up to halfway to Sterling. Flicks to the right hand side to De Bruyne, who never quite had his footing. It's a Wolves throw.
Well, you know, when you go on about the big teams getting the big decisions, that's the difference. There's minimal contact, the one on Jota, but you just knew that it wasn't going to be given. And that's the annoying bit, that it's dismissed straight away. But keep going, got to keep going.
Jota ran into Otamendi. Clearance to Neves, intercepted it from Sterling. Now here's Traore. Traore sends the box. Lewis! Oh, you're kidding me again! Adama Traore into the bottom corner. What a hit! Brilliant strike. Wolves are back in this game. Adama Traore just keeps on making headlines. Headline after headline after headline. The man cannot be stopped. It's a brilliant finish. It's Wolves 1, Manchester City 2.
Oh, Bravo had no chance. What a hit. It's off the post. But what a strike. Interception from Neves, gives the ball to Traore. He's nowhere near it. Bravo. Come on, game on.
Cody heading it backwards to Patricio. Adama Traore's 4th of the season. 5th in a Wolves shirt, and remember, before he scored 2 against City in October, he'd gone 45 appearances without a goal.
I think you mentioned it on that day as well, didn't you?
Oh, goodness me. Jimenez trying to run in behind. Fernandinho's clearance went out of play. Doherty with a quick throw back to Neves. There is such a long amount of time. We're only played 55 and a half minutes.
Seems a lot longer than that, doesn't it?
Wolves Jota takes a tumble there for the challenge of Otamendi. Free kick Wolves, complete out in from the left-hand touchline. Moutinho wanted to take it quickly, he did so, it was intercepted by Walker. Nuno's not happy, Cody's there ahead of De Bruyne though. Cody on a charge. Gets a nosebleed being that high up. Plays it back to Neves.
I think that's the furthest I've seen him for a while.
Traore. Listen to the anticipation from the crowd again. Couldn't quite find the feet of Jimenez, this time away by Fernandinho. And Bernardo Silva will find Rodri. Rodri over halfway, out to the right-hand touchline for De Bruyne. Up against Saiz. Saiz, excellent challenge. Wins it back. Johnny came and helped him out. Infield to Moutinho. Momentum swinging Wolves' way again. Doherty, infield to Neves, just over halfway. Looking now to play a diagonal ball towards Jota. Jota has done well actually to flick that into the path of Johnny. Johnny up to the edge of the box, right-footed cross from him. Jimenez trying to get a header to it. Brought down by Fernandinho. Jota putting pressure on. Ball's gone high in the air. Claudio Bravo jumps over the top of everybody and claims the ball.
The game's still there to be won, isn't it, from us? It's been a great response after going 2-0 down.
City just launch it downfield all the way through to Patricio.
That's what we did in the first half. We just put pressure on them, and they don't want to put the ball at risk because getting caught. Just got to keep going, keep playing.
Saiz, nice ball down the inside left for Jimenez, dragging Otamendi out with him, level with the edge of the area. Jimenez takes the tumble, he'll get the free kick.
Well, isn't there a booking? He's just made one foul earlier on, seconds before that.
Jimenez holding off Otamendi.
Straight through the back of him, wasn't he?
Moutinho stood over the free kick. Johnny is an option short to the left. Sterling's a one-man wall right on the corner of the penalty area. He'll be sent back a couple of yards just inside the box, so it gives you a bit of an idea of the angle that João Moutinho's working with here. Fairly wide position. Dendoncker and Saiz and Doherty are all forwards to join Jota and Jimenez. Moutinho lifts it into the danger zone. It came off a City head, looped high. Claudio Bravo claims it just off his goal line.
Yeah, that could have gone anywhere. Good ball in from Moutinho. Unfortunately, he just went nice and high in the air for Bravo to come and collect. See, this is where I think that we've got to press. I think that if we press, win the ball up high up the field.
Rodri under pressure from Moutinho, backwards to Fernandinho, who will look up and see Traore, and that forced a poor clearance that went straight to Saiz, who finds Moutinho. Wolves want to get moving again. Traore couldn't hold off Fernandinho this time. Rodri showed too much of it to Neves. Moutinho has it to his left-hand side to Saiz, who's going to drive on forwards. There's a real impetus and verve about Wolves' play. Jota, infield to Johnny. Johnny was running into the box and the referee's pulling it back for the foul. The yellow card is given against Otamendi this time. Well, Wolves will ask the question, why not let that play on for just 2-3 seconds more to see where Johnny would have gone with this?
Look, so he's an experienced referee. He should be knowing. Let's let the game flow and let it run. Johnny's breaking through on their back line. Oh dear.
João Moutinho will go over to take the free kick. Couple of yards in from the left-hand touchline. Probably about 40 yards from goal on the diagonal. Johnny again down the line. City trying to hold their defensive line on the edge of the box. Jimenez is stood in an offside position. Saiz, Dendoncker, Doherty and Jota will make the run. If it's cleared, Neves and Traore are on the edge of the box. Now normally you'd want it to be cleared to Neves, but the way Traore's striking them, could go to him. Comes out from Otamendi. Neves back wide to the left-hand side to Moutinho. Moutinho, too heavy a pass down the line for Jimenez. Rare from him to play such a loose one.
Well, it is, isn't it? There's a rarity for you. I don't know if it just kicked up and he just caught it a little bit too much.
Claudio Bravo to take the goal kick.
Yeah, Good finish, good finish.
Similar position to where he scored from against Spurs.
The one against Spurs, he was no getting near that, was he? He hit like a bullet. He hit that well, though.
Just past the hour mark at Molineux. Wolves 1, Manchester City 2. Still, he would not rule out more drama.
No. So I've got to keep going. It's a great response for the goal.
Here's Cody to Saiz, who will take it over the halfway line, midway between the touchline and centre circle. To Johnny, excellent ball on towards Jimenez. Otamendi got across to him, and manages to get the clearance. It's going to be a Wolves throw though. Saiz taking it quickly, thrown down the line for Johnny. Infield to Matinho. Manchester City is so deep, they've got every outfield player in the bottom half of their half. Dendoncker out to Traore on the right, up against Mendy. Bernardo Silva going to help out. Traore twisting and turning, trying to find some room. Goes to the byline, whips a dangerous cross in. Jimenez brings it down, shot is blocked by Walker. Ball rebounds to Johnny, couldn't collect it, Walker clears. Dendoncker brings it down. Neves, oh, lovely turn. Takes De Bruyne out of the game. Out to the right hand side to Traore. Traore up towards the edge of the box. Tries to get his cross in, blocked by the back of Bernardo Silva. Traore has it again. Doherty's with him. He'll come backwards to Dendoncker. Infield to Matinho, centre of the half. To his left-hand side to Saiz. Forward to the feet of Jota. Back to Saiz again. Wide for Johnny. Jota's run down the line. Johnny with a little back heel to Jota. On his left foot. Low cross in, blocked off. And behind for a Wolves throw, right by the corner flag.
Well, they're asking questions again, aren't they? I think that Man City are going to make their third and final sub, I think.
Matinho to Dendoncker, centre of the half. Dendoncker lining up a dig from distance. It bounced awkwardly, but Claudio Bravo held on. Still Wolves 1, Man City 2, 63 minutes play.
Yeah, so good effort from him. Bravo dealt with it pretty well in the end. It's where they've got to keep pressing.
Mendy finding Bernardo Silva over the halfway line for City. Rare bit of possession as it goes backwards again. Wolves have had 65% of the ball so far, second half. And it's forced all the way back to Claudio Bravo as Jimenez puts pressure on him too. Johnny will win it in the air ahead of Walker, but at the expense of a throw.
Yeah, again, setting that little trap in there to give Man City no option but to kick it long.
Ilkay Gundogan is going to come on in a minute. Sterling back for Walker. Ball bounced off Walker as Johnny closed in. Wolves throw taken quickly. Saiz has it.
Nuno just waving again, spread the play. But the tempo's been good, hasn't it? The passing, the movement.
Neves to Doherty. Infield to Traore. Traore beats one, beats two, still driving on towards the edge of the box, tries to cross it in. I'm losing my voice at speaking just for Traore. Otamendi heads clear.
That singing voice of yours as well, eh?
There's just so much going on in this game. It's been outrageous. Sterling, Bernardo Silva, Sterling allowed to turn, driving deep into the Wolves half, wide left foot De Bruyne, and across came Dendoncker to take it away from his international teammate, then turned back in field and found Ruben Neves.
Great play, great defending.
Oh, heavy touch from Johnny, allowed Kyle Walker to steal in. City looking threatening on the counter again. Played back in field to Rodri. Bernardo Silva, centre of the half, looking left. Now playing backwards to Otamendi, who switched with Garcia for the time being, maybe because he's on that yellow card now.
I think so, so they can't afford anything else, can they?
Bernardo Silva turning, sweeping across to Fernandinho. Midway inside the Wolves half, just to the left of centre as they look towards goal. Rodri, just out of the centre circle, backwards to Garcia. For Walker, back to Garcia into his own half, pressure being put on by Jota. They'll go back to Claudio Bravo. Jimenez was chasing to Fernandinho. Neves was closing in, but Fernandinho found Bernardo Silva.
Well, just didn't have the backup there, did he? So the three of them are pressing. Can't afford to do that. Got everybody to go.
Sterling to Mendy. On down the line for Kevin De Bruyne. De Bruyne cutting in field and shooting, but well wide of the near post of Rui Patricio. And here comes the change, and it is Kevin De Bruyne who is being replaced.
Yeah, he's not happy as well. He's not happy that it's coming off, but I think they've gone a little bit more defensive, haven't they? Is it about 25 left, is that?
24, just under.
And thank you for your attendance here while you this evening. Tonight's game,
31,737, the official attendance.
He's not happy.
So Man City have made all their changes. Wolves have all three still on the bench.
I think they've just got to keep going. I think they will get opportunities. Just got to take them.
66.5 minutes played. Wolves 1, Manchester City 2. City down to 10 men, as they've been for much of the game. Traore allowed to turn, finding Doherty. 35 yards from goal, cutting in field, putting back to Moutinho. First time to Saiz. Saiz might fancy a dig, you know. Did, and it went all the way across the face of goal. Doherty and Jimenez were closing in, but not quite close enough.
Yeah, the thing that's nice is though that at least they're having some long-range efforts and having a shot. It's 3 or 4 attempts, that's probably the worst one that we've had. We've hit the target of the rest of them. Just got to keep going, keep playing, keep moving the ball quickly. I think there's still going to be a twist to the game.
Bravo launching it downfield. Saiz with the header clear. Jota will try and take it on here against Garcia. Garcia got a touch to it. Wolves throw.
Battle of the strengths there, wasn't it? Jota just holding him off. He's ended up just getting his foot to it and kicking it out for a Wolves throw in.
Here is Johnny. Saiz. Lifting it to Neves, edge of the centre circle, to his right hand side to Dendoncker. Out to Doherty. Infield to Traore. Back to Dendoncker. The Wolves considering Ruben Vinagre in a minute. Keep an eye on that. Moutinho infield to Neves. Swept out low to the right hand side to Traore. Trying to run at Mendy into the area. Traore back on his left foot, striking low. Good save by Claudio Bravo to his right hand side. A little bit down the middle of the goal.
He's got a bit between his teeth, though, hasn't he? He's got himself a couple of goals in recent weeks. He wants another.
Vinagre is getting stripped and ready.
Yeah, I think they'll bring him on attacking down that left hand side, won't they?
Traore putting pressure on. Fernandinho will go back to Bravo inside his 6-yard box. "69 minutes played. Here's Walker under pressure from Johnny. Free kick given. Mm, 20 minutes to go.
Plenty of time, plenty of time. What was your prediction? 3-2?
3-1.
3-1.
But I'll take 3-2.
So will I. To us, I presume you're in us. And this is more of an attacking option down that left-hand side, isn't it?
Big kick forward, Saiz with a header away. It'll be a Man City throw, midway inside the Wolves half. Wolves just preparing the change.
Yeah, they're in no rush, are they? Man City, every time that they can, wasting time, taking the time with everything.
Loose one back to Walker from the throw. It'll be a Wolves throw instead. Poor old one, the kit man's got to go and fix the fourth officials board now. Each team has their own, as well as the fourth official having one. So you're supposed to input your own details, and Rui Pedro Silva couldn't get it to work on the Wolves one and took it apart. That's why there was a little bit of delay in making that change. Walker's clearance, Saiz nodding it down and getting it back from Moutinho on halfway. To Dendoncker at the base of the centre circle. To Neves just over halfway on the right. Further out to the touchline to Doherty, midway inside the half. A little short one infield to Neves, to Moutinho in the centre circle. Looking to the Wolves left. Playing it to Saiss. Back infield to Neves. Jimenez. Out to the feet of Traore. Up against Bernardo Silva. Silva is beaten. Traore's cross is a good one. It's a bit deep, goes all the way through the area. Moutinho collects it. Jota's pulled wide left. He's got support from Saiss, who will find Jota. Looking to cut back infield. Johnny is his option out to the left-hand side. Feeds it to him. Johnny beats one challenge. Low one into the near post, turned away by Otamendi. High in the air, the ball's not gone out. It'll awkwardly bounce by the corner flag. Johnny took a tumble and wins a free kick.
The position this. More or less like a corner. Just in his 5-10 yards. Coutinho delivery. Yeah, little nudge. What's the difference between that one and the nudge what was in the first half? Don't understand. There you go.
Here comes the change.
Gives that a little bit more down that left-hand side attacking wise, wasn't it? Is that a good game, Johnny?
Johnny's last contribution to win that free kick. The natural left foot of Ruben Vinagre will go on now. In the meantime, the magical right foot of João Moutinho waits to whip in this free kick. Just shy of 10 yards from the corner flag, a couple of yards from the byline in front of the South Bank, which is on its feet. Moutinho whipping it into the danger zone. Oh, good header, just wide. Up went the heads. Nuno can't quite believe it. Most in this stadium can't quite believe it.
Oh, just wait for it to hit the net.
I think Saiss got there just ahead of Jimenez. Flicked it goalwards, but wide of the far post. Oh, and if Saiss doesn't touch it, does that drop onto the head of Jimenez?
Yeah, it is, but he's got to go up for it, hasn't he? The keeper's beaten.
I love this. Chris Hughes says, I'm still sitting in the car after work. I can't get out. Come on, me babbies. Don't worry, mate. You've only got 17 minutes to go. Plus time to be added on. Wolves in search of an equaliser at the very least. Jota looking to drive down the Wolves left to Vinagre. Back infield to Moutinho. Again, so much of the play is now inside the Manchester City half. Neves out to Traore. Silva's showing him infield. We'll go backwards to Dendoncker. Short one to the feet of the Saiss, who's allowed to turn. Finds Moutinho. Could be out in from the left-hand touchline. Back to Saiss. Threading it to the feet of Neves. Neves with a neat little bit of footwork, and he'll work it out to Vinagre on the left-hand touchline. Vinagre up against Kyle Walker. A couple of step-overs. Still going, Vinagre. Still going. Trying to get his cross in. Did it take a deflection? Yeah, it did. It's a corner.
Well done. That's what it gives you, isn't it? More natural left foot, but also as well wants to go at players.
We may only have one trick, Ruben Vinagre, but it's effective, that step over.
Yeah, but he's got pace, isn't he, as well? So that's the thing that you like about him. All his tricks.
The thing I like about him is his step over.
Yeah.
Moutinho's corner, right-footed from the left-hand side. We'll play it short here to Neves. Neves to Traore. Traore to try and strike it. Blocked on the edge of the box. He heads it down again. It's going to come through to Doherty on the right-hand side. Lifted back into the danger zone. Jimenez trying to nod it down. Bernardo Silva just hooked it high into the air. Rodri's clearance went backwards. It's picked up by Moutinho to Jota first time. Left-hand side of the box. Low cross in. Blocked off by Garcia at the near post. And Gundogan turns and just hoofs it to Cody on halfway.
Oh, it's so one-sided, isn't it?
Vinagre's cross. Doherty was racing in. Comes to Moutinho, who's done well to head it to Vinagre. Sets himself up against Sterling, trying to go to the byline, twisting and turning out towards the corner flag. Pulled down, wins Wolves a free kick again.
Yeah. He's dragged him to the ground, doesn't he, Sterling? But it's good pressure. And they're going to make another change, I think.
And they're calling Neto back.
Yeah.
I wonder who that would be for. Traore or Jota?
I would think Jota. Give another natural left footer down that side as well. I think Traore with his goal, Jimenez still going to be a threat down that central area. I think it'll be Jota.
Moutinho stood over the free kick, right-footed. South Bank on its feet again. Saiss is amongst those at the near post. Dendoncker running there too. Lifted in, it came off a Man City head, and Doherty couldn't turn it home from 3 yards out under real pressure from Rodri.
I think he's just got underneath it, hasn't he, Doherty? Great delivery again.
First flick came off Garcia.
Oh, it's come off the
Rodri got a touch onto Doherty, and that's what sent it over the bar.
Yeah, the initial one come off a Man City player, and Rodri's just got his head to it, and it's ended up flicking off Doherty's head.
Oh, so close to an equaliser. 76.5 minutes played. Fernandinho just evaded Traore. Mendy into the centre circle for Gundogan. Down for Rodri. Lifted high to the right hand side to Walker. Backwards to Garcia. Infield to Otamendi. Gundogan, Otamendi. Rather aimless long ball forwards that Vinagre tried to win with his head when he didn't really need to. But he's quick enough to get there ahead of Kyle Walker. But he's right back by his own corner flag, and he has to dig out a clearance. Rodri infield to Bernardo Silva. Gundogan. Bernardo Silva. Forced backwards by Moutinho. Rodri. Lifted infield. Moutinho still chasing, but Bernardo Silva's there first, just out of the centre circle. Out to Kyle Walker on the right-hand side. Backwards it goes to Garcia. Infield to Bernardo Silva. Jimenez trying to win it. Has to go backwards to Otamendi.
Yeah, it's good pressure. Putting pressure on Man City.
Mendy's ball forwards. Dendoncker got there ahead of Sterling. Traore on the turn, away from two, driving through the middle of the Man City half. Jimenez to his right. Doherty's there as well. Doherty and Jimenez got in each other's way, and Mendy cleared.
Yeah, it's unlucky, because I think Jimenez knew Doherty was there, and he's kind of put the brakes on Jimenez. But good break from Traore.
Jimenez trying to play a crossfield ball too high for Jota, and it'll be a Man City throw, and here will come Pedro Neto. It is Jota who he replaces. Jota running off on the far side to allow Wolves to make the quick change. 11 minutes to go, Tomo.
Yeah, look, they're throwing everything at Man City, and at the moment they're staying strong, but there are opportunities, and I'd say I think there'll still be more. I think there'll still be more to come for Wolves. Just got to make sure they don't allow them that time and space to get forward again, as Sterling did.
There's Bernardo Silva midway inside his own half. Finding Benjamin Mendy, trying to play it in behind for Sterling. Dendoncker is with him. They're with the edge of the penalty area on the left-hand touchline. Sterling trying to take a tumble. Manages to dig it out and find Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva into the penalty area. Neves there with him. Neves comes away with the ball.
Well played. Well defended. Well defended.
Saiss trying to release Neto. Neto's got the pace. There's no one quite up there with him. Jimenez is racing to get in the box. Neto to try and deliver, just hooked away by Otamendi at the expense of a corner, with Jimenez right behind him.
Well, they're asking a lot of questions of Man City at the moment, aren't they? And they're coming up with all the answers. They're just able to just get foots there, heads there.
Jota's only just making it back to the bench, by the way.
Yeah, it's a long walk from that side, isn't it?
Moutinho took the corner quickly to Vinagre. He whips it in left-footed, headed away by Gundogan. Picked up by Bernardo Silva just outside his box. And he's going to have to try and run it clear here. Vinagre fouled him. Wasn't really going anywhere, Bernardo Silva.
No, but also as Vinagre on his cross, he's got to miss the first man. Can't afford to allow them easy chances to get it out. Yeah, he's just caught him, hasn't he, with his trailing leg. Yeah, there'll be no rush to take it. 10 minutes left.
Yeah, 9.5. Just about. Plus time to be added on.
How long to take him, ref?
Kyle Walker to launch it in the direction of Bernardo Silva and Benjamin Mendy. Came off the head of Doherty, and Patricio will get to the loose ball.
Yeah, so look, we've just got to keep going, keep playing.
Played out quickly to Neto here from Saiz. Back to Saiz on halfway. Low across the centre circle for Ruben Neves. And short pass finds Traore. Out to Doherty on the touchline. Back infield to Neves. Under pressure from Sterling, found Traore to Dendoncker. Infield to Moutinho. Wolves are moving the ball at speed here. Can they drag Man City out of position? Saiz to Neto, left-hand side, just outside the area. Twisting and turning against Garcia. On his right foot, cross took a deflection off a Man City head and Benjamin Mendy. Mendy thinks that's going to go. Oh, Traore's robbed him. Traore into the penalty area. So, Raul Jimenez! Raul Jimenez turns it home! Would you believe this? Oh, it's a stunning game. It's a stunning moment. Brought to you by a stunning football team. Adama Traore has scored one and now made one, and Wolves are back level against the champions. It's a script that you could not write. Wolves 2, Manchester City 2.
Oh, he never gave up, did he, Traore? Mendy trying to be clever. I think I'm going to agree with you. I think it did come off a Man City player, and he was trying to let it run out. Yes, Carl Walker, I think it is. He's trying to just shepherd it out. But Traore, too clever for him. Great ball across. Oh. Yeah, just out-muscled him, hasn't he, Traore? And he had the composure to look up and pick that pass out through Fernandinho's legs as well. Great pass. There we go. I said we'd get it. Can we get that winner?
Raul Jimenez, 17 goals for the season. He's matched last season's tally, and we're not even into the new year.
Yeah, it's some achievement, isn't it?
Wolves 2, Manchester City 2.
I know you picked him as your player. You know, I don't see what's wrong with that there. I know you picked him as your player, as the one who's had an outstanding year, and he has. And you can hear what the crowd think of him as well.
Listen to this atmosphere.
Just got to do it right now. Don't leave yourselves open.
This famous old stadium is literally shaking down to its foundations. Who knows what the place would be like if Wolves could get a winner here.
Oh. Well, you can't see any team apart from Wolves winning it, can you, at the minute? I know Man City have got qualities and the quality players.
Doherty couldn't find Traore. Neves scooping it down the line. Mendy was there. Traore winning it back from Sterling. Back heel from him. Neves across in front of Rodri.
Well done.
Back to Cody.
Well played, Neves.
6 minutes to find a winner. Wolves 2, Manchester City 2. Neto back to Moutinho. Into Neves. To Matt Doherty. Out to Traore on the right-hand side. Showed too much of that to Mendy, who got a touch to it, flicked it infield to Rodri. Then a heavy pass from him. Straight out of play for a Wolves throw just behind the halfway line.
Well, I think Man City will take this now. I think they'll take the 2-2 draw, because I'm sure that they expect the worst if they let themselves get opened up. Some tired legs out there for Man City. They've been down to 10 men for a long time. I know I've made the 3 changes, but they've been chasing the ball for the majority of the time. They've had that man less.
Here's Moutinho. Switched across to Traore. Traore trying to cross, blocked off by Bernardo Silva. Back to Dendoncker.
Still lucky to get down to this byline for me. Traore's one-on-one with Bernardo Silva. Get at him.
Neto wide for Vinagre. To Moutinho. Down the line for Neto. Sets himself. Low cross, cleared away by Garcia. Here's Rodri. Blocked off by Neves. Ball will come back again to Neto. Trying to wriggle his way through in the area. Not space, but it comes out to Vinagre. Backwards to Moutinho. Onto his right foot. trying to cross deep, too deep. This one will go through for a goal kick. We have 4 minutes plus time to be added on.
Yeah, I think if they come away here with a draw, I think Man City will be more than happy. Because Wolves have played really well, so look, I know they've had that extra man, but you've still got to use it, and they've definitely done that.
Raul Jimenez has now been directly involved in 16 goals in his last 15 appearances in all competitions, 9 goals and 7 assists. Chris says it was well worth the 20 minutes sitting in the car. Hope you've not moved, Chris. Here's Sterling down the right-hand side. Towards the byline. Shown down by Cody, who robbed him of possession.
Yeah, he did well, didn't he, again?
Neves. Back to Doherty, trying to thread it onto Jimenez. Can he get to this on the right-hand side? Cross came Fernandinho's challenge. It'll be a Wolves throw.
Yeah, just a bit too hard there on his touch, wasn't it? I think he could afford to let it go and just run onto it.
Here's Moutinho. To the left-hand side to Saiz. Back infield to Ruben Neves. Neves trying to clip one into the area, too straight, all the way through to the keeper.
Jimenez is on this side, wasn't he? Got his arms up. And I think that's what Nuno's telling him as well, look right.
Less than 3 minutes to play, plus time to be added on. Doherty fouled by Bernardo Silva. Then Dunker gets on with it quickly to Cody. Again, this Wolves aren't settling, you know.
No, they've got the bit between the two. They know they can get a victory here. I think they know they're going to make opportunities, even though the clock's running down. I think they still think they believe they can get that win.
Neves might sit up for him to hit from distance, blocked on the edge of the box by Otamendi, who fell backwards like a boxer, and he's gone down again onto his knees here. Otamendi.
Look, so it's hit him in the head.
Took the full force of a Ruben Neves strike there. And there is some concern for the Argentinian.
Yeah.
It's been checked on by the referee.
Yeah, he took the full force of it, didn't he? Just watching that goal again, the second goal for Wolves. He's just...
It's too strong for Mendy. I don't know what Mendy's trying to do.
Well, it's come off a Man City player anyway. Oh, he's trying to say that nobody spoke to him.
It's a brilliant ball into Jimenez, who makes no mistake from close range. 2 in 2 for him now, Raul Jimenez. Backfiring again after having a couple of games off. He's on to 21 Premier League goals, by the way. He's only one behind Stephen Fletcher at 22 for Wolves in the Premier League era.
Yeah, it's some achievement, isn't it? Just shows you the impact that he's had since he's come.
And here comes Neves. Doherty, 30 yards from goal to Jimenez. Back to Doherty, into the area. Doherty to cycle. Oh! Matt Doherty! Matt Doherty! Matt Doherty! Into the bottom corner, left-footed to St. Molyneux. It's a sheer pandemonium. This is unbelievable. It's incredible. It's remarkable. It's a Christmas miracle. This just doesn't happen. 2-0 down against the champions to 3-2 up with 30 seconds to go. These are the greatest Wolves days of my lifetime. Wolves 3, Manchester City 2. It's Matt Doherty who gives Wolves the lead.
Oh, I'll tell you what, he's done so well, Doherty. And to have the composure with his left foot. Went past Otamendi, I think it was, put into ground. And with his weaker foot, just puts it beyond Bravo. Great link-up play with Jimenez. Oh, just watching it from beyond the goal. Looks even better from there.
4 minutes.
There you
He's
go.
being added on.
Got 4 minutes to hang on. Well, not hang on, keep going.
Oh, I love football.
I've noticed.
I really,
you calm down now.
I really love football.
You calm down.
Oh. Ryan Bennett's going to come on in a minute, I think, for Raul Jimenez. Kyle Walker shepherded, or Neto couldn't take it from him. Walker continuing on here down the right hand side, hooking a ball high towards the edge of the box. Bernardo Silva will bring it down, strikes it, took a deflection and behind for a Manchester City corner. This game is not done and dusted just yet.
No, they need to make sure that they're not silly now. Nothing stupid, pick up people, don't let them have free headers.
Still 3 minutes to play.
Well, some of the Man City's fans are leaving.
Corner right-footed from the right-hand side. Dangerous delivery in, headed to the edge of the box. Sterling picks up on it. Traore goes in and fouls him on the edge of the D.
Dangerous area this, edge of the D, central position.
Sheer desperation from Traore to win the ball.
Well, is it Sterling again? Just moved it to one side, didn't he?
Oh dear. If your nerves have taken a battering tonight, I'm sorry. There is 2 more minutes of torture here.
No. You know the quality of what they've got. People surrounding it. Sterling, Silva. I think we might have to rely on Patricio, I think, because I think this will hit the target.
It's ever so slightly to the left of centre. Sterling stood over the ball, Bernardo Silva just behind him, Gundogan to the right, Mendy to the left. Wolves have a 4-man wall with Neto just to the left of it as you look towards goal.
It looks like he's just going to hammer it with his run-up. Looks like he's just going to drill it.
Raheem Sterling waits for the go-ahead from Martin Atkinson, who stood in front of Raheem Sterling here. Needs him to get out of the way.
It's all right, block him, it's all right.
Here comes Sterling, couple of short steps, strikes it over the wall off the top of the crossbar and behind for a goal kick. And listen to that roar around Molineux.
Feared the worst then when I saw it. It was a good strike from him. Fortunately, he's just a bit too high.
Placing number 9, Raul Jimenez.
Raul Jimenez,
No surprise.
who's played his part tonight, will come off for Ryan Bennett for the final 45 seconds of time to be added on.
Ryan Bennett.
Well, nothing silly now. Just keep possession of the ball.
On comes Bennett. Then Donker into midfield. Listen to this. Patricio launching downfield. 4 minutes, the minimum, has been played. We're in added time of added time. Dendonker's header on. Traore trying to hold it up. Back towards halfway. Where's he going? Infield to Neves.
Well played.
Saiz backwards to Cody. Cody will look to launch it in the direction of Traore, who will bring it down here. Down into the corner towards Pedro Neto. Neto in 2 minds what to do. Back to Traore. Now to Matt Doherty. Infield to Ruben Neves. Backwards to Ryan Bennett. To Connor Cody. Wolves fans cheering every pass to Doherty. Couldn't quite play it down the line. Out of play for a throw. We played nearly an extra minute from the minimum that was being added on. Mendy is over the advertising hoarding to get to the ball. A look at the watch from Martin Atkinson. João Moutinho asked the question. Whistles all around Molineux. Rodri has possession. Out to the right-hand side to Kyle Walker, just over the halfway line. Back it comes again. Whistle to his lips, and he blows it. And Molineux lift off again. Wolverhampton Wanderers have sent a gigantic message. Shockwaves through the Premier League. The champions have been beaten home and away. And a quite incredible game from 2-0 down to 3-2 up, thanks to goals from Adama Traore, from Raul Jimenez and from Matt Doherty. It is a night that Wolves fans here, there and everywhere will never, never forget. Edison was sent off early. There was a controversial penalty, saved twice by Rui Patricio. Sterling put in the rebound the second time. He scored again early in the second half, but City could not have anything to answer this mighty, majestic, magnificent Wolverhampton Wanderers performance. They have won again, they continue their charge again, and they will go to the team who will benefit most from this result tonight, Liverpool on Sunday, full of confidence. It finished Wolves 3, Manchester City 2.